to the amount of people that do early voting?
I mean, more
That's a
voters.
loaded question, dude.
Well, like, I think one thing is like, I don't think this is as much of a landslide as people are already making it sound to be. Like, Biden is not as ahead as people think, and so I think the greater voter turnout is great, but to say that that's necessarily going to mean like that one party is going to win over the other, I don't think, or one candidate is going to win over the other. I don't think that's true. Like, I don't think these polls are reliable. They weren't last time around. I don't think they are.
Yeah, I know. Like last time, like Hillary was all like winning in every polls, and then nobody expected except Raj. I know he's saying that.
Yeah, my brother is very, very pro-Trump in our house, and nobody else was like adamant about it actually playing out. And he was like, "Yo, bet money that Trump becomes president." He called that like months before the election. My parents were like, "No chance, no chance." And then like I get a text like the day after election, it's like, "You owe me some money, bro." We're like, and so yeah, you never know what's gonna happen at that point. And I mean, populist vote is one thing, but then like the way it's all structured with, you know, the individual states, swing states, and kind of the electoral college, it's hard to tell.
No, the swing states, huh? You guys are pretty red, right?
Oh, Texas?
No, Virginia. I know Texas is red. Shit.
I think I'm not even sure about Virginia. I think it's blue.
It's pretty close. It's very. I think in Virginia it's very close. The last time I checked.
Promising. I know the 4 swing states that are vote, or there's 5, I believe, that we're focused on this year is Florida, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, and Pennsylvania. I believe are 5. And I don't know anybody that lives in any of those. So I don't know. I wish I could call people and be like, "Hey, do we have your vote? Like, is this going in the right direction?"
Yeah. Dude, I've been getting calls from like random, like I don't know how they found my number or like where this like got registered, but
you get texts,
I get calls
emails
all the time.
everything.
Like one woman, like she was like, "Are you with the Democratic Party?" And I was like, "I'd prefer not to say." And then she just like had like a slew of follow-up questions that kept on coming one after another. And then she's like,
until you
after
tell me
like all of that,
Democratic Party, I'm not
she was like, do you want to volunteer? Do you want to like, we have this location in this area, you can come. And like, I just like entertained the fact because I was like, how far is she willing to go to like really convince me? Because someone recruited her, like, and so she was like adamant about it. And it was just so entertaining because, like, at first I was just like, "How'd you get my number?" And at that point, it's just data that's public knowledge that it's out there.
Numbers
So
from a lot of places, like whatever's registered with the DMV, like for example, they'll be able to locate your number and just email you. Or like, I get emails, I get text, I get too many texts from all these people, like for all the ballots
as well.
Crap, oh man! But that's welcome to election season. This is pretty common. I remember going through this like the past couple of election cycles, but now this
is Sham and Rohan's first election, right? Like you guys didn't vote
that we can vote.
Yeah, it's the first
one. Shit.
Yeah, this is the first time that I can vote, and also this is the first time I've actually like paid attention and followed everything, just because I was 16 or 17 when
before,
What?
It didn't impact you.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know like kind of how much this matters and stuff. So.
Yeah, we just like waited until the election results came out, and then it's like, oh, this guy's the new guy.
Okay.
That's it. It wasn't that big of a deal, but now
this guy's the new guy.
There's more pressure.
Yeah, this is I mean, a really intense election. It's the most kind of unusual one we've had.
It feels weird with the pandemic though. It doesn't feel like I don't get to go out much right now. I'm working from home most of the day and stuff, so you don't see. It doesn't feel like election season. Obviously the texts and all the calls do, but otherwise like you don't see the actual hoopla around. So it's kind of flying under the radar for me. Like I don't really feel like we're in election season, and all like in our the election hasn't been the focus for a while. We're talking about like a Supreme Court nomination that just took place, and then just like a new scandal every single day with this administration. And then we have a freaking pandemic. So it's like the election hasn't really been at the forefront for me, at least.
The news just like, in my opinion, plays out the pandemic way too much. Like, I don't know if you guys feel that way, but like they just like keep on saying the same things over and over.
It depends on what network you're watching, man. you got to get that bias swing in there somehow, and
yeah,
it's like whatever the focus is, that's what they want the population to focus on, and like at least what I've kind of heard from like a consensus is like the more liberal side wants to emphasize on the pandemic, which then brings up the current situation, and then all that current situation then falls on the current administration as to like the repercussions of previous actions that have been taken throughout the so yeah, I mean, then like you can go to other networks and their focus is completely different, so it's really as to like what you're watching is kind of what you're thinking at that point.
Yeah,
I think that's a good assessment. Yeah.